Truthers, this your girl Truth Seeker in the house. How you guys doing? Got my church lady glasses on. Y'all already know when y'all see the church lady glasses, you know it's about to get real, you know. Somebody wrote to me and said that they liked my glasses, so yeah, I like them a lot as well. But we are here watching another episode of season 2, Mary Mary. This is episode number 10, and we're just gonna go jump into the meat and potatoes of it all. Y'all know I'm fun and funny, and I can be long-winded. I also want to get you guys' feedback at the end. Comment below and let me know, what is you guys' attention span? How long would you watch a video for? Is it 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Y'all know I'd be going 20 minutes. I'd be in here just talking to y'all like y'all in my room, we having, tea and crumpets, just eating good, maybe eating some soul food, I don't know, just chillaxing. I like this. I like getting you guys' emails and your feedback. I be missing y'all. I be like, let me get on here and say hey to my peoples and everything. But so yeah, just leave me a comment and let me know, what to give me an idea of how to, bring it on down from the 20 minutes down to maybe, several minutes, maybe 10 minutes, So just let me know what your preferred time is, okay? So let's get on with it, honey. Like to hear it, here it go. All right, and disclaimer, this is the Truth Seeker channel. Don't be getting upset with me because I done said something that come from how I feel. These my 2 cents. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all don't like what I'm saying on this channel, y'all just Truth Seeker, I'm gonna cut it off because she didn't say something about my Mary Mary. So don't be getting upset. I don't want no emails talking no stuff to be about it. It's my 2 cents. Put yours down there. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Mary Mary. All right, so this is episode 10, the essence of conflict. The show starts off with Mary Mary leaving an event without singing. Oh my goodness. They were supposed to sing at the event. This was from the last episode. They left off. They were late to the sisterhood panel, which was their next gig. And they were escorted by the police, speeding down the freeway, the street and everything, trying to get to, which I felt was a bit dangerous, I mean, you would have thought they were Michael Jackson or something, speeding the way they had the police escort, speeding them to their next gig, really, somebody could have got hurt, slow it down, plan ahead, be on time, Marys, plan ahead, that manager, but we're gonna get to that in a minute. But anyway, they were excited. Excuse me, they were upset with one another from the last episode of Erica telling Tina, hey, I'm doing a solo gig, deal with it. It seems though like they made up, once they got into this episode. They went on and had their little sisterhood panel, conversation and performance and everything, and they really I think they made up. I think that's just something they do, argue like sisters, family do for that moment, and then they're back, got it back together, so that's good. They made up. Erica's producer husband, Warren, he was very upset with their manager, Mitch, about him pulling them from that first gig from the last episode. I heard Erica say that it was Essence's first time that they were having the gospel artists to perform. They usually have secular, BKA worldly artists singing at the Essence festival and everything, so they wanted to make a good impression. Feeling some kind of a way about, the gospel industry merging with secular platforms. I'm seeing it. We got to be real careful. Sometimes it can send the wrong message. We have to definitely try to be separate. Now, I'm not, you know, that familiar with the gospel music industry, wherever that came, derived from gospel music, you know. I believe that it was derived from a secular uh, uh, you know, place, because now it has merged. Maybe it started off where it was okay, we had good intentions, but now you can't tell the gospel artists from the worldly artists. It's just like they sound the same, they beats be sounding the same. I thought I heard a gospel song that had some R. Kelly in it, you know, like an old R. Kelly song, you know, that song that took you back to your old man, to where, you know, you had to bury that man, to where nobody found that old man you know, of yourself from back in this day when you was doing stuff, you know, R. Kelly. And I'm not comfortable with a lot of the music today. I don't listen to much of the music, and, you know, nor do I watch much TV, because everything is like merged. There's no separation. Nothing is godly anymore like it used to be, you know, at least looking or sounding. Now our people sounding, you know, just like any other artist, you know, of the world. So we definitely want to be careful, you know, and not, you know, be blending in like that. You know, it can affect us, and some of us, and I have backslidden before off of music, you know, because I used to have a love for music, worldly music, when I was in the world. So like I said, a lot of these beats be taking me back, you know, of the so-called gospel songs, you know. I was looking at this gospel artist called Tone. Now he wants to be known as like Slain X or something like that. He's come out as being gay, and, you know, he doing music, and he said in the interview that he wanted to, you know, not just be in the gospel anymore. He want to go into the world and, you know, reach the world, you know, doing their type of music. You know, we can't see, you know, the lines have been erased. You know, there was a line between the gospel sound and the world sound, but it isn't anymore. They using words like him and he and God. You know, they changed the word gospel music to spiritual music. It's spiritual music now. Definitely dangerous, you know. So we gotta, you know, definitely pay attention and listen to what these songs are saying. A lot of these songs, you thinking that they talking about God, but they talking about the devil. You know, you got to pay attention. You got to do your research, you know. And as I said before in my other video, I don't care what artist it is. You know, if you see them on a grand scale, you seeing them with these shows and stuff, and you seeing them, you know, making this big money, they doing all of this. I don't care who it is. If it was my Aunt Ruth, I don't care who. My Uncle Fred, I don't care who it is. If you seeing a lot of this, and, you know, and they making it discreet, you know, where they just doing it, you're not even recognizing or realizing, they throwing up the Baphomet sign, you know, they in league, and I don't care who they is. Don't come after me, because I didn't say I told you what to do. I told you what to do. Turn the channel if you're not ready for the truth, because I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna move on. I ain't gonna mess with my little interview, you know, let y'all mess up my stuff, but I'm gonna keep it going. We'll put a nail in that and come back to it. So moving on with the review, Tina, she sat down and decided to micromanage the new backup singers, you know, and Erica and her began to argue, you know, because she micromanaging. She like, just do your part, do what you're supposed to do. stop nitpicking. Then they entered into their tribute show. They were having a tribute song done for them by Miss Tremaine Hawkins, wonderful legendary singer. A lot of people have said when I sing I sounded like her, you know, back in the day and everything. So I definitely remember Miss Hawkins. She was singing allegedly their song, which I thought Ray Charles sang it or Natalie Cole made up that song yesterday. I had to Google and do some research, but I'm not sure if the Marys came out with that song first originally, that yesterday. I believe it's been around for a minute, but you know, Erica, she took credit for writing the song, so we'll see. Google, let me know. But anyway, I was offended that Tina got up and left to take that phone call in the middle of her tribute. You know, that was just rude. You know, see, that's that Hollywood I done arrived spirit. You know, that's that I can do whatever, my stuff don't stink because, you know, I am who I am. You know, that I am. You know, it was very unnecessary. You know, she says, oh well, I'm a mother first. You know, I say, okay, I'm not mad at you. Go ahead. You go ahead to be a mother. You know, let Erica do her solo thing and you go be Mother May I. You know, okay, you go ahead. Be the mother who lived in the shoe. You do that. You know, what are you saying? Erica is a mother. You know, she doesn't let her kids affect her business, you know, like that. I mean, where they do that? Everybody got time for that. You being a prima donna, being a diva. Stop that. Cut that out. But anyway, in the next segment, Warren checks Mitch about pulling the girls out of that performance that they didn't get a chance to do, as we all saw from the last show. Mitch got upset. You know, he lashed back out. You know, and he tells Warren, why are you getting on me? I don't come to your job. I don't grill you for having a bad day making records or something didn't go right with your people. Don't bring it over here. Don't come. Don't be right here up and right here. Take it to the back where it come from. You know, Warren is like, excuse me, you work for me. You know, I'm your boss. It is what it is. You know, which I'm mixed in my feelings here, because the Marys are always late or being difficult, mostly Tina. You know, but Warren is the big boss hog, you know, though I deem him to be very unprofessional. You know, he's not being fair with Mitch as a manager. You know, they are supposed to properly communicate, you know, especially dealing with schedules and touring and, you know, the business. You know, I feel like Warren is just being, you know, on some Kwame Kilpatrick type stuff. You know, just kingpin, you know, boss hog, you know, which that's gonna come around and bite him in the butt. You know, one of these days soon, acting like that. You can't handle business that way, you know. So anyway, you know, I just feel like Mitch made a managerial decision to pull the girls out. You know, he was kind of in the catch-22. You know, either way, he would have received that talk from Warren, you know. So it was what it was. So but anyway, the commercial went on, and then after they came on back, I was laughing at Gugu because and I felt really sorry for her, because Tina was being a bit of a diva, you know, complaining about her zipper and everything, and Gugu was just like, I ignore her. You know, you know, I don't even pay any attention to her when she gets to acting like that, you know, which we all have, you know, those kind of family members and everything that is that way. So, but oh, that reminds me, Gugu, wait a minute, let me get my church lady glasses on and talk to Gugu for a second. Goo goo. Boo boo. And I'm saying this because I saw in the commercial where she had got upset with Erica Nam, and she said, I'm moving to Atlanta. I think because Erica was saying that they wanted to try out a new stylist, you know. Okay, that's their prerogative. Bobby Brown. All right, do it. But Goo was just upset, you know, and she yelled out, do what you gonna do, you know. Grass ain't always greener on the other side. I'm moving to Atlanta. Then that's it. Goo goo, the church lady, talk to you, boo boo. Don't
try here, boo boo.
Don't move to Atlanta without a ring, boo. Don't do that. Don't do it. That man, he gonna show you a pretend like proposal on the cell phone, and you going crazy, losing your mind, you know, like it was real. It wasn't. But when it do become real, that's when you know, begin to make your migration, you know, and everything. He ain't gave you no ring yet. Zip it, lock it, shut it down. Don't move out your business for this man, and ain't nothing, and he ain't invested nothing. You dropping everything to go down there. I'm not saying, you know, ain't nothing wrong with finding love and doing your thing, but don't do it without a ring. That's all I got to say. That's all church lady got to say. Don't do your thing without that ring. All right, I'm gonna put church lady up, and we're gonna go back to the review. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt. Don't try to take that. If somebody say that, don't do a thing without the ring. That's mine. Truth seeker made that up. Y'all got to pay me $0.25 every time y'all use it too. But anyway, so moving on. It's so real, y'all. It's so real out here. Seriously. But anyway, in the last 15 minutes of the show, Mary was running late once again, getting to the stage. Surprise, surprise, right? Not so much. Anyway, they performed singing Get Up, Get Up. And I was looking at Tila's tight belly and that tight shirt singing Go Get It. I was thinking, go sit down before you had that baby. That's what I was thinking, you know. But then Tina's pants started to fall down. It was the, you know, zipper gate, you know, whole thing of it all. But she played it off well, you know, comedy style. I mean, what can you do when your stuff is falling? What you gonna do? But play it off to the best you can. They had more malfunctions. But anyway, so that's the end. That's all I got, you know, as far as that. Just, it was entertaining, you know what I'm saying. They did their thing on the stage and, you know, rocked it out and everything. But I'm looking forward to the next show because it looked like it's going down, and we may need to come together and pray for them, say a prayer, because I see some hateration in Tina, you know, over Erica's solo career. And, you know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all want to hear the truth? This is it. Don't, like I said, don't send me no email. You can do this on what I'm finna say, but it's the truth. I feel that Tina is the more talented one out of the two Marys. I feel like she shined more. She's more outgoing, more you know, her personality is like real, you know, it just shine. It's just, you can't help it. It's just like bam. You know, her personality and everything. So even when they were doing the ASCAP award thing, and they was doing those clips of the video of them, you know, singing their song and everything, all I saw was Tina shining. That's all who I saw. I didn't really see the other one, Erica. And that's just the truth. I didn't see her as the star. You know, I believe Tina is the star of the duo, you know, because of her outgoing, you know, personality and just her as is self, you know, just as is. That's me. So that's just how I feel. So I feel that if it's an opportunity for Erica to get out there and do her solo thing and try to, you know, shine on her own, because Tina, she want to be a mom, you know, she want to sit down, you know, she done felt like she have arrived. So let her arrive at home with her family and, you know, be the family mom. Nothing wrong with that. But Tina wants to work, you know, she tired of being in the shadows, and I say let her, you know. I saw the clip of her first song. They said it didn't do well, and, you know, I didn't particularly like her hair. You know, when she, you know, they did that clip of her doing her debut song and everything, and they're like, oh no, we got to pull this song. It ain't for her. It ain't right. I don't want to speak negativity on her, you know, aspiring career or anything. I just pray that she able to, you know, come out, you know, her personality, you know, shining, because I didn't really see any personality, you know, myself, nothing outgoing until now. She's trying to take this step, so that's good for her, and I think she should, and I think they should break up, you know, and go their separate lives. You know, they can't, they wasn't born as twins, born in the world together. They can't, you know, live their life together hip to hip like that. So let them, and God bless them. So we're gonna see. Y'all tune in next time with Truth Seeker, all right? And definitely subscribe, take action. All right, y'all, I got my blessings. I'm counting them, I'm loving them, thanking Jesus for them. Y'all go get y'all blessings too. Y'all have a super day. Bye. Truth Seeker out.